We're ready to go.
We're on.
Are we on?
We're on.
All right, we're going to call the meeting of the Finance Committee to order on August 1st, 2018. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Thank you. Why is this all the way over here? Sorry. Alderman O'Brien.
Present.
Alderman Kelly is present. Alderman Clee.
Present.
Alderman Karen.
Here.
Alderman Harriet Gathright. And our chairman, Mayor Donches.
I'm here.
Right.
So we have a quorum. First item is public comment. Is there anybody in the public who would like to speak to the committee? Apparently not. Communications. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding Court Street Fire Station glass door replacement. The value is $51,189. Mr. Mayor, I motion to accept, place on file, and award the contract to Nashua Glass in the amount not to exceed $51,189. Funds are available in Department 184, Urban Programs, Community Development Block Grant, Court Street Public Facility Improvement.
And I think Mr. Veo is here, and if anybody has any questions. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding contract renewal with the Humane Society of Greater Nashua for FY19 with a value of $99,089. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and award the contract to the Humane Society of Greater Nashua in the amount of $99,081. The source of funding is Department 109, Civic and Community Services, Animal Control Services.
And the health officer is here if anyone has any questions about this particular item. Comments? Are there questions or comments? Alderwoman Clee. Why doesn't Ms. Peak come on up?
Hi, thank you. Actually, my question is just rather quick. This contract is anytime a dog or cat or ferret or any type of animal is picked up, will be housed there or impounded there. Is that correct? And it's a flat fee that we just pay this 99,000 so on for the entire year, regardless of how many animals?
It is a flat fee, according to my understanding, and it is primarily for the 10-day bite quarantines of those 3 animals that are mentioned in the RSAs regarding rabies control.
Yes, Alderwoman Clee.
Thank you. Do any of these, I know when they're picked up and so on, and it's for the 10 days, do any of the owners have to repay any of this amount if?
Sometimes they do. Very often people are unable to pay.
Okay, thank you. That's my questions.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding contract for 2018 Federal Paving Program, Amherst Street, Route 101A, Somerset Parkway, Broad Street, Route 130, and Kinsley Street, Route 111, with a value of $3,987,519. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and contingent upon Board of Aldermen approval, award the contract to Newport Construction Corps in the amount of $3,987,519. Source of funding is Department 160, Administration, Engineering, NH. Nashua Roadway Improvements Grant.
Now, I'm not sure. Why don't you come on up? In case there are questions or comments. Briefly, what this is the Broad Street Parkway money, which has been repurposed away from the Broad Street Parkway into paving. This was federal money that was not used for the Broad Street Parkway. And this would award this contract for this amount for the paving of these major streets. Amherst Street, Somerset Parkway, Broad Street, and Kinsley Street. Much or all of which we hope to get done this year. But are there any questions or comments? Not, all those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding change order number 1, 2018 paving program, castings, additional purchase with a value of $137,400. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and approve change order number 1 to the contract with E.J. Prescott, Inc. in the amount of $137,400. Funds are available in Department 169 wastewater.
Yes, Alderwoman Clee.
Sorry to be so many questions, but I actually got a phone call about this today, where somebody asked me that we put this bid out, and now we need 1,468 additional castings over what the original bid went out. Is that correct?
Now, before you,
Okay.
you should introduce yourself, so for the record, so.
My name is Mandeep Gill, and I'm a senior staff engineer with engineering department in DPW office. I worked with Steve Dukran, and I was the one, like when we first put our paving bids out, we did estimate a number of castings, manhole, catch basins. But unless and until you open them, you don't know what is damaged. And while they are trying to dismantle during milling or reclaiming operation, they do find a lot of these have been damaged, so they cannot be replaced. So that's why we are ordering extra right now.
Thank you for the clarification.
welcome.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding purchase of rectangular rapid flashing beacon crosswalk signal system on Main Street Bridge with a value of $14,700. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and approve the purchase from Ocean State Signal Company in the amount of $14,700. Source of funding is Department 160, Administration Engineering, Trust Fund 61, Supplies and Materials.
Questions, comments? Alderwoman Kieran.
Yeah, thank you. So this is replacing the bottom flashing lights? Is that, are we having issues? Because that's not very old.
Well, those don't work, those don't really work, and they've been
Okay.
deactivated because of that. So, apparently, we weren't involved in that
Right.
decision, but apparently the thought was that this would work and that there's a set of these in Keene where it does work, but the set in Keene is on a smaller street that doesn't get the traffic or the plow activity that Main Street does. So the plows tend to knock these out of service, and they haven't been reliable for a number of years, or for quite a while, and they were deactivated. So it is the thinking of Public Works that the mid-block crossing on the bridge is not safe enough, and there should be more warning for oncoming drivers. So this would be a above ground, this is not on the street, this is an above ground flashing light which can be activated by a pedestrian to get drivers' attention when they cross at night
Okay.
or in the daytime.
Yeah, okay. We tried it and it doesn't work,
Yeah,
and so
right.
we need to do something.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it is a very dangerous
Right.
area for people to cross. Thank you for the,
This will be similar to what you have down
at
near
Riv?
Riviera, right.
Okay. And that works very well. Thank you.
Alderwoman Clee.
Again, sorry for so many questions, but I can tell you that I was one of those people that were getting a lot of phone calls for near misses because of nothing being there. And then we did put up the big kind of greeny yellow light, sign, which helps. But to have something that's activated kind of,
Oh, I
especially with the 2 lanes of traffic, so I'm glad to see this go through.
Anyone else? Alderman O'Brien.
Thank you. I know we're talking about one specific location here, but I would like to note that if this is a hardier system, which I think it will be because it's not going to be affected by the weather and the plows and everything, there are other crosswalks on Main Street. And it always seems to me at times if you're in the, what I would call like the passing lane and somebody's coming from your left and they're crossing and they make the island, but they don't see the hero that is coming at them on the far right-hand lane. And if this is a hardier system, if it's economical and works out in time, I would encourage, my point of view is to encourage maybe looking at them all and increase the safety of our pedestrians in Main Street. And just my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly, thank you very much.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding Permaline of New England for purchase of signs, poles, parts, and pavement paint with a value of $35,000. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and award the contract to Permaline of New England in the amount of $35,000. Funds are available in Department 161, Street Department, General Fund 61, Supplies and Materials.
And I think Mr. Ibarra is here, Superintendent of Streets, for this and the subsequent items. Any discussion or questions about this item? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding purchase of four-wheel dump truck upfitting packages with a value of $287,426. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and approve the purchase from HP Fairfield in the amount of $287,426. Source of funding is Department 161, Street Department, SURF.
Discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding the purchase of four 2017 HV 507 SFA 4x2 cab and chassis trucks with a value of $35,600. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and approve the purchase from Liberty International in the amount of $355,600. Funds are available in Department 161, Street Department, SURF.
Any questions or discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding purchase of one 2018 Ford F-250 4x4 pickup truck with a value of $43,589. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and award the contract to MHQ in the amount of $43,589. Source of funding is Department 161, Street Department, SURF.
Discussion? Alderwoman Kelly. Or excuse me, Alderwoman Karen.
Mayor, I just saw it for this. I went by the word. It's a foreman's truck.
Correct.
So you'll just use it as a backup?
Yep,
Okay,
that's correct.
all right. I see
Anything
some of
else?
them are quite old.
Pardon?
Some of these vehicles are quite old.
Yes.
Thank you.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding purchase of one trackless MT7 sidewalk tractor with a value of $140,266. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and award the purchase from HP Fairfield in the amount of $140,266. Funds are available in Department 161, Street Department, SURF.
Discussion? Alderman O'Brien.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My question would be, would this be in addition to what we already have on the sidewalk tractor, or would this be replacing that one?
So it will be an addition. We're trading in an older unit that was used as a backup, and we're rotating the front line pieces, but it'll be available
for certain storms and
That's correct.
able to be manned and get out.
And should another break
outstanding.
down, yep,
Very good, thank you.
you're welcome.
And how old is the one you're going to be shifting down to the second?
I believe it's a 97.
Yeah, so,
I don't want to give you too much misinformation, but
in other
Pretty
words,
sure it's a
quite,
97.
it's quite, it's up there in age.
Mhm.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding the purchase of one Ford F-550 aerial bucket truck with a value of $124,348. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and award the contract to MHQ in the amount of $124,348. Source of funding is Department 161, Street Department, SURF.
Discussion? Questions? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding the purchase of one Caterpillar 330 FL excavator with a value of $221,540. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and approve the purchase from Milton Cat in the award of $221,540. Funds are available in Department 168, Solid Waste, SURF.
Questions? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding the purchase of one Caterpillar 908M wheel loader with a value of $75,230. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and award the purchase from Milton Cat in the award in the amount of $75,230. The source of funding is Department 168, Solid Waste, SURF.
Questions? Comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alderwoman Kelly.
Communication from Dan Kuchen, Purchasing Manager, regarding the purchase of recycling and trash carts with a value of $145,000. Mr. Mayor, I move to accept, place on file, and award the contract to Toter Inc. in the amount of not to exceed $145,000. Funds are available in Department 168, Solid Waste, SURF.
Any questions? Comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the motion passes. Thank you very much for coming in.
You all?
Unfinished business, none. New business, none. Record of expenditures.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the Finance Committee has complied with the city charter and ordinances pertaining to the record of expenditures for the periods July 1st, 2018 to July 12th, 2018, and from July 13th, 2018 to July 26th, 2018.
Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion to approve the record of expenditures say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion passes. General discussion. Is there any general discussion to be had? Public comment. Any member of the public who would like to speak to the committee is free to do so, but I don't see anyone who wishes to do that. Remarks by aldermen. Do any of our members have any remarks? Alderwoman Karen.
I did speak to Dan because he was supposed to get us some information from the last finance meeting, but he said he doesn't have all that information, so I'm hoping we'll have it for our next meeting.
Which was?
That was on the threshold, and John has more
Oh,
information
yes,
on that.
the 10 to 20,
Yeah.
the current $10,000 threshold.
And he's had some communication with Kim, I know.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
yes, so we will submit that later. Possible non-public session. There is no non-public session, sorry. Alderman O'Brien,
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
you've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the meeting is adjourned at 7:20 PM.
Thank you.